Hey everybody, Tammy C. Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love. How you all doing out there? It's been a long time. I've been wanting to record a video, but it's been so much stuff going on, you all. How do you respond when you have the offer in for your new home and you get laid off? How do you respond when you're on your way on this great vacation and you get the phone call that someone near and dear to you has passed away? Your whole world is just blown up. Or you're already in financial distress and you get laid off that Monday or that Friday. What do you do when your husband, your wife, your partner blindsides you and just break up with you or file for divorce and you're left with small children? I just saw a celebrity where she was pregnant and her husband broke up when the baby was like 2 months old. So it totally threw her for a loop. What do you do when life falls apart? Stick with me. I'll tell you what's been going on with me, but also some ways to help you get through it. I am back, and that's life, huh? Isn't that a song? That's life. You know, life is but a dream. Life is a journey, but sometimes life can be a bit shocking and challenging. And when things knock you off your square, I want to know, oh, is that nerves? Because every time I do a video, my nose itch. I want to know, how do you respond when life knocks you on your butt? Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the Dreams Are a Reality Express. I will go out on a limb and say for the last few months, life has been a bit challenging for me. It really started when I started my own business full time in June 2025. July through December was okay. I would say decent. But around January through April, I saw a steep drop in the clients coming to see me through Spring Health. And so it seems like some people don't understand that part is okay. As a clinician, as a therapist, you can't make people book with you. They have to book when they need an appointment. Sometimes at the top of the year, the insurance restarts, so the deductible has not been met. Therefore, if they come to see me, for an example, they'll have to pay $150 out of pocket until the deductible is met, or $120 some dollars out of pocket until their deductible is met. Now, some people are able to do that with their flexible spending account, but some people have kids in daycare or medical things they have to take care of. Sometimes therapy is not a priority for everyone, and I get it. So it leaves us clinicians holding the bag, combined with having a very sick cat that cost me $1,000. Thank God he's okay. And just life. It was a rough ride, and it still continues to be. It's getting better, but it's been rough. It really has been. It made me self-doubt myself. Oh, I shouldn't have started my own practice. Did I not have enough money saved? Did I plan this out correctly? When most entrepreneurs and business owners know the first year through 3 or maybe more, it's going to be a rough ride. But I'm that type of person. I will beat myself up and second guess, myself, or just reflect on what I could have done better. For me, when the juice is not worth the squeeze, I'm the type of person that's definitely going to pivot and do something different. I'm pretty diligent about my health. I don't say, like I tell you all, I don't eat 100% clean and all that, but I don't put a lot of bad stuff in my body. I'm a very mild drinker, don't smoke, don't do drugs, none of that. I take my vitamins faithfully, I drink my water, I get some exercise in, definitely can increase that, and my sleep is so-so. People that follow me know that that's been a 20-something year problem for me. Some my own fault, some bad sleep habits. But I go to the doctor regularly every year. I do what they tell me, colonoscopy, mammogram, whatever is asked of me. I really try to make sure I get that done. 2025, I had my mammogram as normal. They were like, something looks suspicious. Let's do a ultrasound. Okay, now we got to do a biopsy. And it ended up being calcifications. For some of you all that don't really know much about breast cancer or whatever, I don't mean to say it like that, flip it. But, if you don't know that much, it's like you don't know until you have to go through this. Calcification is not cancer, but it's an area like, let's keep a watch on this and make sure everything's cool. Okay, was glad to get through that. It's another normal day in the park. It's February 2026. Mammogram as standard. Go see my primary doctor. And then they're like, oh, I told them, the mammographer or whatever, radiology tech, or I told her I feel a lump. And she was like, I see you checked, you feel a lump. They're going to make you come back. Missy, ma'am, I want to come back. I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor. It's not for me. It's not about inconvenience. It's about jumping in front and staying in front of any medical crisis. So sure enough, they were like, yeah, we do see something. It does look a bit suspicious. So when they say that, I'm not trying to get you to panic, but it is a reason to be alarmed and know that possibly you're going to do more testing and possibly it could be something off. Sure enough, I do the standard stuff. We need to do an ultrasound. So they're ultrasounding it. And they're like, yeah, it does look suspicious. Let's do a biopsy to be safe. Get the biopsy done on a Wednesday. Being a 2-time cancer survivor, baby, I know the steps. And you don't want to know that, but I know the steps. So if you get it on a Wednesday, typically you're going to have your results Friday or Monday. And I am a MyChart person. I always go to MyChart when I get an email. And I was waiting for that to happen to say everything's good. By Monday, 1 p.m., I'm not hearing anything. I'm like, I know this story. Oh, too well. Phone rings. Northwestern Hospital in Chicago. 312 number. Tell me no. And nurse said, hi, this is so-and-so. Do you have a moment? And I'm like, yep. I said, I want to talk to you about your biopsy results. I told her right off the bat. I said, ma'am, I already know it's bad. She was like, yeah, unfortunately it is carcinoma. I'm like, here I go with this shit again. Excuse my French, but that's what I was thinking in my mind. Like, come on, are you for real, God? This is how we gonna do this? And I really got mad because I have already been under stress with finances, and in my mind, and I said it out loud, I cannot afford to be sick. Like literally, I'm still trying to organize things. And so that happened at the end of April. And you all, it has been a world to the wind. I got a lot of good stuff to say, which is a blessing. But I had to, as normal, process the news of having breast cancer for the 3rd time. And so being the Virgo, being a visual learner, being the type of person, and I just said this to somebody, I follow data, I follow science. I'm a numbers person when it comes to my money. I write it down or put it in spreadsheets. And visual learner. Anyway, I need to know. I like to know facts. And I also ask questions. Why does this keep happening to me? My late mom had cancer 4 times. Breast cancer, which was like stage 1 maybe, because she just had a lumpectomy and radiation. She had leukemia, which was very, very, very serious. She had cancer in her chest area, the sternum, and she ended up passing ultimately from brain cancer in 2012. So this is allowing me to know somewhere in my line, my family line, this cancer thing is there. My grandmother died in the 50s from uterine or ovarian cancer. Everybody know in the 50s, the knowledge about cancer was not good. So I don't know what type of treatment my African American grandmother got in Mississippi. That's one piece. And how much knowledge did they know in the 50s? So we've come a long way, but we're still not getting some answers to some questions. I got a glare from the back. That's my lamp. I don't want that. Yeah. So, long story short, short story long. I had to go back to the doctor. We got a visitor. Please don't come up here, cat. Don't knock my setup down. Oh, Lord, you all. At least say hi to the people. Yeah, no. Here we go, you all. Here come my Buka Snooker. This is Fizz. Look at the camera, at least. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's what we got. That's what I'm working with, you all. That's what I'm working with, a 2-year-old. That threw me off. Okay, so let me see what all appointments I had. Surgeon. First, I saw my surgeon from 2007 and 2013. So I'm very familiar with my surgeon because he's already operated on me twice. And he was like, Miss Walker, I'm sorry to see you again. I said, Doctor, I don't want to see you no more under these conditions. But we try to be lighthearted. I try to be lighthearted. This is how I move through my medical process. And this is the gospel truth. You all, I stay grounded, I stay calm because that way I can hear what they are delivering to me. Typically, I have a family member with me for most of the appointments, especially the real important ones, and they're helping me maneuver through it. But I'm very calm. I'm not in tears. I'm not shouting. I'm just calm because I need to know what is going on. So yeah, talk to my surgeon. He had a resident with him, resident student. So we were just talking about the surgery. He said lumpectomy, which means remove the lump, or mastectomy. I had a mastectomy on the left side. This is the right side. I've had this occurrence happen twice on the right side. Left side is good because it was a mastectomy. Just to let you know, if you have a mastectomy, most of the time, that's going to wipe away the chances of you getting cancer again, hopefully, prayerfully. I'm just talking, I'm not a doctor. It's a higher risk that you'll be, safer. So I told him, I said, Doctor, at this point, I have to have a mastectomy because for me, in my mind, and those of you watching that have had family members or maybe yourself with cancer, you don't want to keep getting reoccurrences because the fear that I had this time that I haven't had the other 2 times was it popping up in different areas in my body. And that's scary to me. That really is. So, saw the surgeon, saw the oncologist, saw the plastic surgeon, I feel like I'm leaving something out and somebody out. Had to have a bone scan from skull to feet. Had to have chest, abdomen, and CT scan, chest, abdomen, pelvic scan. Had to have all blood work done. So all of these things are done to make sure your body is clear. Make sure that cancer isn't somewhere else. In the midst of this, I canceled my one healthcare insurance because it was almost $700 a month. And there was some drama with that, United Healthcare. It was my Cobra. And I was like, let me find something cheaper. I did not know, I shouldn't say cheaper, more affordable, and that made sense for my life. I did not know that I should go to Get Covered Illinois. That's our site we go to as a self-employed person or whoever wanted to buy their own insurance, not through their employer. I went to the marketplace. Well, this guy, we're working through my insurance. I'm picking Aetna. And he's okay. And then next thing you know, you all, top of May, a payment comes out. No, it didn't come out. Tried to come out of my account for First Health. I picked Aetna. Why is First Health coming out? Scam. He gave me what he wanted me to have. So thank God Bank of America said, did you authorize this charge? I'm like, no. So this leaves me 31 days, no health care. I got to see surgeon, plastic surgeon, CT scan, bone scan, blood work, oncologist. This is not the time to not have insurance. So I had to get on the phone and go back and forth with my hospital, and they gave me like a 70% off plan for the month from May 6th through May 31st. So that covered all of my appointments, but now I have a balance, which I already had a balance. So I paid them per month. So that part didn't. That is what it is. But yeah, that was stressful. And I had to maneuver through that for probably 3 to 5 days or more. Possibly getting rejected for not being able to have my appointment. It's just been a mess, you all. It hasn't just been a diagnosis, it's been the red tape. I get covered Illinois. I tried to. They wanted the letter showing that United Healthcare ended. I did not put that up there. First, I did a snapshot saying my coverage was over. That wasn't good enough. They needed the letter. Get the letter from United Healthcare, which it came pretty quick, a day. And I'm trying to upload it. You can't re-upload it once you already have a document there. 4 to 5 reps later, nobody could tell me how to undo this. Nobody could tell me how to fix it. It's really shameful, you all. I'm just going to go on my little Tammy rant. People do not know their job. I don't know if they're not trained well, but I had to go through 4 or 5 people to get one beautiful soul through the chat. She said, Tammy, you got to, what did she say? Resubmit your application. Go in, edit, resubmit the application. Just forget Cover Illinois. Once you hit resubmit, I'll be able to get it where you can upload your document. And that's what happened. She was able to help me. I uploaded the letter. She said, okay, now we can escalate this, because I told her my story. She said this is going to be marked high priority. And so I was on there, that chat with her from 2:15 to 3:15 to get that done. Went for a walk, and as I'm walking, they call and they say, you're cleared, you can pick your insurance. So I was able to pick Blue Cross Blue Shield. And yeah, I'm doing good now. I have my Blue Cross Blue Shield. I got it pre-approved for the surgery. My surgery is in July, you all. So things are going good. It could be worse. So here comes the part where I hope it's just in that localized breast area. Just to let you all know, it is early stage, and it's called early. So highly treatable, highly operable. Nothing, I'm not hearing anything morbid, or, you all know the stuff you hear. So you all, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, anyway, I have my insurance, so I'm very grateful. Just very grateful to God for that. Oh, God, I can't even think of something else. So now, when I was diagnosed in 2007 as a 36-year-old, 2013 as a 42-year-old, I was always like highly positive. I never thought, I shouldn't say never. I kind of was not thinking like I'm not going to live, or this thing is going to spread around. I don't think like that. This time, it's not funny. I'm just a nervous laugh. I was thinking like, is this the end maybe? And I was like, did it go somewhere else? Because I keep getting it. So I think those are normal thoughts for a survivor. So once I had the CT scan done, and with the chest, abdomen, pelvic, those are hot areas. You want to make sure that's clear. Then when they did the bone scan, because that would have flagged anything, it shows up. And so the medical assistant called, and she's like, I'm just calling, your blood work, it was good, which I already knew that. My primary doctor told me right away. And I go to my chart and read for myself, line by line, very anal, very anal. So I had already done that. I knew blood was good, because blood shows something too. Very important. Then she's like, well, with your pelvic exam, everything looked good, but here they go with the dang on button. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. Your liver is showing something. She said, not suspicious. She said, that's why I'm calling you, so you won't get worked up. I'm like, oh, okay. We get off the phone. Anxiety through the roof. Now, what the heck is on my liver? I have a pretty clean body. I haven't heard nothing about no liver. So in my mind, this thing done jumped to the liver, or something sitting there. And for the rest of the day until the evening, maybe nighttime, I kind of calmed down. But I was very anxious. And so my chart dings that morning, the next morning, and I read. That's why I always read, you all. This lesion on the liver has been there since 2007. Small, very small lesion. This is not nothing new. This has been with me for 19 years. Why didn't the medical assistant lead with this? And that's what I'm saying, that these medical professionals love them so much. They've been so good to me. But some would just blurt stuff out without giving you actual, and it's factual. They don't give you the whole information. If she had led with, this lesion was there in 2007, I think I would have been calmer. But all good. Long story short, everything's good. Liver, heart, lungs. They said the esophagus is unremarkably clean. Spleen, pancreas. So I am a grateful woman. Even though this keeps happening, the rest of my body is functioning at an optimum rate. And I'm very grateful, because I don't have to have that report. Haven't had radiation, haven't had chemo. I could be, working at a deficit. So I'm holding on to those things. So I'm doing okay. I'm doing much better now. I'm in good spirits most days. I am. Just still trying to maneuver through my business. I do have disability insurance, so that will help offset some stuff. But it takes 91 days to get approved, and you got to wait 30 days to get a check. So that's whack. But I'm just glad I have that insurance in place. So I did some things correct, but it's been one hell of a ride. It really has been. I am going to Nashville in a few days uh, to celebrate. I hope my cousin don't watch this because he doesn't know I'm coming to celebrate his birthday, his 50th. So I'm pretty excited over that. I'm trying to think of anything else. That's what's been going on with me, and it's been crazy. A lot of thoughts, angry some days. Not that much, but at first I was. So I bet you probably like, she said a lot. How do I maneuver through that? This is what I do. I hold on to facts. If they're not saying, Tammy, it don't look good, Tammy, this stuff is everywhere, Tammy, we can't help you, I hold on to all good. And I ask my oncologist, in front of my niece, she was sitting there with me. I said, is this treatable? She said, highly operable, highly treatable. You are going to be good. And so then I had this dear friend. She said, listen, she's 70, about 72. Sweet, look so young, you all. She was like, I know plenty of people who had cancer 3 times, walking around smiling. And it's like those type of comments really helped me. I do have a GoFundMe, and those people have blessed my soul. People have been selling me money. So on the backs of my support system, I stand here on this video. I'm standing today, not sitting. It's better to stand. And doing this video in conjunction with listening to the news I get, I pray, I pray. And sometimes it's hard to pray when you're in a storm or when you're anxious like that. But I do pray. Let me look at my watch. Dang, that time went fast. I got somebody to talk to in about 10 minutes. And I journal. The journaling is so helpful. I do meditate. So those things have been really, really grounding me and helping me. I try to read my daily word. I have it in a book form, and then it comes in my email. So I read that. I might go listen to a sermon or some positive videos. A lot of people have been reaching out, and I find that to be helpful. Now, just a disclaimer, at times it's overwhelming. I hope you all been hearing me through this video. I don't want to grab the mic and the whole thing collapse. As much as I am an extrovert, I am very introverted at times, and I enjoy my home life. I set up my life where I can watch my NBA basketball. I wanted the Spurs to win so bad, but shout out to New York. Shout out. I don't not like New York, but I just was proud of those young Spurs, and I'm a Pop fan. But anyway, I like to watch my basketball. I like to watch my murder mystery movies. I like to journal. I like to go outside, go for a walk. I like to listen to music. I do a lot of stuff alone that gives me great joy. So talking on the phone is cool. And as much as people mean well, they tend to dump. Even with, I know you all like, with a cancer diagnosis, they don't care. So they just start telling you about their problems, and you end up feeling depleted. So I'm very cognizant of what's happening. So I'm being mindful of that, and will put boundaries in place to protect my peace. So that's my story. What about you? I hope you didn't get a medical diagnosis like that, or maybe it's something different. You might have, and it's something different. Set your boundaries up. Please do. Watch what you eat. Let those medical emergencies or lessons be a lesson, and use that to redirect your health, the way you treat your body. Drink your water. Take your vitamins. Be careful about the stress. I'm getting the clients with getting laid off, getting fired. Beware with these jobs. We need them, but sometimes these jobs can really bring on a lot of stress, anxiety, and it's not worth it. We need it, but we need us. Who are your support system people? Is it one friend? Is it two friends? Is it a good family member? I know we talk on here, and sometimes we're a bit negative talking about family and friends. I'm one of the blessed ones that have people that really rally behind me and love me, so I don't take that lightly. But get you a support system. It might only be 1 to 3 people, and that's okay. But you do have to rely on them during times of a storm. I don't know what your faith is. I believe in God, Jesus Christ. That has brought me thus far. And I stand on that. I was taught about that as a 5-year-old, taught about Jesus and God. And that's my faith. I don't shun you. I don't judge you. I just tell you what works for me. What a lady said years ago, a friend of mine, I don't talk to her anymore. She was challenging. She was like, "How do you stay grounded?" Because I went through my divorce. I was getting into these bad relationships. I was getting laid off, and she noticed I was steady. She said, "What's your secret?" I said, "Girl, God." And she was like, "I don't want to hear about that God stuff." I said, "Well, honey, I ain't got nothing else for you, because I can only tell you about what works for me." But yeah, and that's okay. Everybody have their own journey, their own beliefs. They have reasons why they don't believe. I'm telling you again what works for me. As I come to a close, I want you to hold on. Even when life is falling apart, know that you are going to be okay. And do like me. Get your facts together before you freak out. Try to stay as calm as you can. Even if you spaz out at first, clearly normal. Try to ground yourself with deep breathing, with meditation, with prayer, with journaling. Get a therapist. I see my therapist every week. However, she's in Nigeria, but I'm okay. I know how to sustain myself. She'll be back next week. But yeah, get your therapist during these times. Therapy is not just if you're bipolar, schizophrenia. You may be stressed. You may be going through a divorce. You may have a health challenge. You may have high anxiety. You may have ADHD. You may just need to talk about mapping your life out. You may have relationship problems. You may have trouble with your children or your spouse. Get on there and talk to a therapist. Don't be ashamed. You don't have to tell everybody. But take care of your mental health, because that takes care of your physical health. It helps you to be able to take care of your body better. Okay, you all, drop me comments, drop me questions. If I can help you, just let me know. Hopefully this is the start of me being able to do my videos again, because I'm telling you, I just didn't have the mental capacity. All right, I gotta go. I got somebody to talk to in a minute or 2 or 5. Okay, have a beautiful day. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all your support. You all are so kind on here. I don't take it for granted. And I shall be back with another video. Bye-bye.